Okay, today you can see on my screen, class, that I have the fraction bar website that we were looking at the other day. And what you're going to do with it today is a little bit different. So now that you've had a chance to experiment with it and see what it has to offer, you're going to use this to create a game. Now, there are, as far as I can see, probably two good games that you can make out of this. One game is, I'm going to call equivalent fractions, is our theme for the game. So what you would do is you have to come up with a way to play a game where your partner would need to figure out whether or not something you made was an equivalent fraction to the other. So for example, if I was going to do this, here's a half, and then I'd want my partner to try and guess if, I don't know, let's do 3/6 was equivalent. Alright, this is going to be terribly easy and simple because, look, do you see how this one black line right here, when you go straight down, it matches up perfectly with this black line. So 3/6 is the same as a half. Okay, that's a little bit easy for your partner to figure out. So what you can do instead is you can, spread them out differently. So your partner now has to look at this and go, well, okay, 3/6, 1/2, and maybe they can figure out a way to tell if those two fractions are equivalent or not. Okay, so that's one possible way to play the game. You could, if your partner gets to be good at this, maybe throw something at them like that, where you put an extra one in. So now we've got a half, we've got 3/6, and we've got 3/8. One of those is not equivalent. Maybe your partner has to try and figure out which one is not equivalent. And once they take their guess, you can click the Align to the Left button to show them. Oop. Oh no, 1/8 is the one that's not equivalent. So that's one thing that you could do with this to try and make up an equivalent fraction game. The other thing that I want you to do is try to think up a game where your partner has to decide if the thing you're showing them on here, which one of the fractions is greater and which one is less than the other. So just try to invent your own games. That's the goal. The two themes for the games are finding equivalent fractions, and the other theme would be greater than, less than theme. So experiment around, try to come up with a good game, and if you come up with a game, you can set up some rules for it and we'll make it official, and then everybody can share the game and play the game. Alright, have some fun, be creative, and invent some good games for equivalent fractions and greater than, less than fractions.